I'm Jennifer from my-colorado-kitchen.com. Today we're going to be making the best chicken sandwich with some sourdough bread and herb mayo. We're going to start by adding 1 tablespoon of olive oil to a hot cast iron skillet. Then we'll add our chicken thighs. So we need 1 pound of chicken thighs, or 4 separate chicken thighs, because we're gonna make 4 chicken sandwiches with this recipe. The chicken thighs add a lot of juice and flavor to this sandwich, but if you wanted to, you could use chicken breasts as well. Then we're going to season them generously with some salt and pepper, but you're gonna do that to your liking. I personally love a lot of salt, so it's up to you on how much salt that you wanna put on. We're gonna let those cook for about 4 to 5 minutes per side. And while those are cooking, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I post 2 new recipes each week with real ingredients for everyday cooking. While those chicken thighs are cooking, we need to get our bread all nice and toasty. I made a loaf of sourdough bread probably last week. I love to make sourdough bread. I will link the video on how to do that in the description below. It makes 2 loaves, and so then I put the other loaf in the freezer, and it just makes it super simple to pull out when you're ready to make things like this sandwich or just bread as a side dish for one of your meals. We need to cut 8 slices of bread. And if you do not want to make homemade sourdough bread for this, you certainly can just buy a nice crusty loaf of bread from your local grocery store. Just make sure it's the cleanest and with the least amount of ingredients as possible. And once we've got our bread slices cut, we need to spread a thin layer of plain mayonnaise on both sides of the bread. You also want to make sure that your skillet is getting nice and hot so we can put these right on and toast them. I love to use a cast iron skillet for this. I'll link the one that I use in the description below. This chicken sandwich is the perfect weeknight meal. You can whip it up really quickly, especially if you pre-make that sourdough bread and the herb mayo. And once we have all of our slices of bread with mayonnaise on both sides, we're gonna take it over to our skillet and we're going to toast that bread. And while that bread is toasting and that chicken is cooking, I'm just gonna slice some tomato slices. I typically put about 2 slices per sandwich, but it really is up to you on how much you love tomato and also how big your tomatoes are. You'll also want to get your lettuce ready. So I like to use green leaf lettuce for this, but you can use whatever lettuce is your favorite. I just like to wash those, set those aside. You're gonna toast that bread for a couple minutes on each side, and then you'll just want to turn it halfway through so it's nice and toasty to your desired toast level on each side. Once those chicken thighs are cooked through, you're gonna add a slice of Swiss or provolone cheese to the top and let that melt on that chicken. Once that bread is nice and toasted, we're gonna bring that back over and we're going to spread some herb mayo, so some homemade herb mayo on the inside of our sandwich on both slices of the bread. This homemade herb mayo is your secret weapon, your secret ingredient in these sandwiches, so do not skip this step. I will link the video of how to make this easy herb mayo in the description below. I like to put a generous layer of herb mayo on these pieces of bread. And once that cheese is mostly melted on that chicken, we're gonna bring that over. You do wanna let that chicken rest just for a few minutes before we add it to our sandwich. And once that chicken has rested, we will add it to the one side of our bread. Next, we're going to top it with some lettuce and then tomato. Then we're gonna close up these sandwiches and they are ready to serve. And there you guys have it, the best, most flavorful chicken sandwich made with some sourdough bread and some homemade herb mayo, which I'll link both of those recipes in the description below. Thank you guys so much for making a chicken sandwich with me. I hope you guys love this as much as my family does. It is perfect for the weeknight or to elevate a dinner party that you're gonna have with some friends. If you guys like this recipe, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up and then hit that bell so you never miss a recipe. For the full principal recipe details, those are on my website at my-colorado-kitchen.com, and I'll link them in the description below. From my kitchen to yours, happy cooking!